Welcome you to this very important gathering to explore how to combat the import or importation, distribution, and sale of substandard falsified medicines called SFs. This engagement with relevant regulators, policymakers, and law enforcement agencies, stakeholders in Nigeria serves as a means of thinking together and putting in place a position that will represent or guide our collective efforts and strategies to prevent, detect, and respond to SF medicines. The goal here is to ensure that medical products in circulation are of the right quality, they will be safe, and they will be efficacious. The relatively high prevalence of substandard falsified medicines in Africa is a major threat to public health. This is because regulation in the region is limited, because only few national regulatory agencies have attained maturity level 3. And what leads to maturity level 3 includes market control. That is one of the 9 models of maturity level 3. So if only about or less than 10% have attained that status, then you can see that in Africa we have a lot of work to do. And this fact allows for poorly regulated manufacturers to supply their products in Africa, where technologies to detect SF and track and trace are limited. We belong to the member states. It's a global association or group, and we have 55 countries in Africa. All those countries are member states globally, and they agreed almost many decades ago to ensure that products that are coming to their region are of quality. And WHO created a scheme called Certificate of Pharmaceutical Products, COPP. Essentially, what it means is that if we send a certificate of pharmaceutical product out to another country with a particular regulated product, we are assuring the receiving country that it will be of quality. That's not what is happening. Most of our medicines come from Southeast Asia, and they belong to the member states too. We have a scheme where before medicines that we have approved leave that part of the world, we do pre-shipment testing. And that pre-shipment testing is supposed to come with certificate of pharmaceutical product. Meaning, it's supposed to assure us that what we are getting is good. But that's not the case. Because through our scheme, we have been able to stop over 140 products that we approved from coming in. Meaning, you approve NAFDAC, yeah, but we will cheat on you. Because we don't really care about your citizens, we are going to put an end to that. Because we found out that more than 50% of what is called pharmaceutical certificate of pharmaceutical product that come into our country are fake. They fake them. But it takes two to tango. Part of the responsibility is our own people. that go to China or India. But we're going to deal with it. And member states, I was at a meeting yesterday evening, we're going to fight for it. It's a member state issue. And Africa is a continent of 55 members. And we're going to fight for it. The menace of substandard falsified products threatens access to safe, efficacious, and affordable medicines, undermining health systems and the achievement of universal health coverage. Some countries are already copying what we are doing, this pre-shipment testing, before it leaves the port. That is one of the ways in which we fight SFs. It is a multifaceted issue globally. There's a book called Bottle of Lies. And the person that was behind the writing of that book is from Southeast Asia too. And in that book, they highlighted the fact that some manufacturers will manufacture for the so-called stringent regulatory countries. And the same line, they will use another line for Africa. We are going to put a stop to it. That is part of why we are very stringent now, more stringent than ever, in terms of our regulatory inspection. No cutting of corners. What you see is what you see. We have blacklisted many companies. We have sanctioned them that you will never imagine how much we sanction them. Because we want people to respect our own people. Trade is a mutual agreement. If that mutual agreement is harming one part of the two-way agreement or arrangement, we will stop it. That is one of the reasons why we started 5+5. So that products that have been being imported forever, which we have capacity to manufacture, we will no longer import them. And that is working now. When we do renewal, we find out whether those products are part of 5+5 scheme, and we remove them from being imported, because local manufacturing is access. Local manufacturing is assurance of quality. If a company is if it has a bad or is suspected to be compromising, in 2 hours we will be there. In 2 hours we will be there. Does that mean we're going to import everything? No. It is that we turn it around. 70% local, 30% import. That is one of the ways to fight substandard falsified medicines.